Hello and welcome to my channel again. So today we are going to talk about the exploring brain plasticity, the adaptive power of the brain. So let us talk about introduction to brain plasticity. The human brain is incredibly flexible and adaptable, capable of changing and rewiring in response to experiences, learning and environmental stimuli. This remarkable ability is known as brain plasticity, and it plays a crucial role in shaping our cognitive abilities, behaviors, and responses to the world around us. In this detailed exploration, we will delve into the various aspects of brain plasticity, breaking down its definition, types, mechanisms, significance, and real-life examples. First is understanding brain plasticity. Brain plasticity, also referred to as neuroplasticity, refers to the brain's ability to reorganize its structure, function, and connections in response to internal and external factors. It enables the brain to adapt, learn, and recover from injuries or changes in the environment. Think of the brain as a dynamic and ever-changing organ that continually adjusts and remodels itself based on experiences and activities. Next is types of brain plasticity. Brain plasticity can manifest in several forms, each serving different purposes and occurring in distinct brain regions. First is structural plasticity. Structural plasticity involves changes in the physical structure of the brain, such as the formation of new synapses, dendritic spines, or even the generation of new neurons through neurogenesis. This type of plasticity plays a crucial role in learning, memory, and brain development. Next is functional plasticity. Functional plasticity refers to the brain's ability to redistribute functions across different brain regions in response to damage, disease, or experience. For example, if one brain area is injured, other areas may compensate for the lost function by taking on new roles or increasing their activity. Next is synaptic plasticity. Synaptic plasticity involves changing in the strength and efficiency of synaptic connections between the neurons. It underlines processes such as long-term potentiation and long-term depression, which are mechanisms of learning and memory. Next is mechanisms of brain plasticity. Brain plasticity is mediated by various cellular and molecular mechanisms that allow neurons and neural circuits to adapt and change over time. First is synaptic remodeling. Synaptic remodeling refers to the dynamic changes in synaptic connections between neurons. It involves processes such as synaptic pruning, where weak or unused synapses are eliminated, and synaptic strengthening, where active synapses are reinforced through increased neurotransmitter release and receptor sensitivity. Next is neurotransmitter modulation. Neurotransmitters, chemical messengers that transmit signals between neurons, play a crucial role in regulating synaptic plasticity. For example, glutamate is a key neurotransmitter involved in synaptic transmission and synaptic plasticity, while other neurotransmitters such as dopamine, serotonin, and acetylcholine also modulate plasticity mechanisms. Next is gene expression. Changes in gene expressions within neurons can drive long-lasting alterations in synaptic connectivity and neuronal function. Gene transcription, translation, and protein synthesis are tightly regulated processes that contribute to the molecular basis of brain plasticity. Next is neurotrophic factors. Neurotrophic factors are proteins that promote the growth, survival, and differentiation of neurons. They play a critical role in synaptic plasticity by modulating neuronal survival, axonal growth, and dendritic branching. Examples of neurotrophic factors include brain-derived neurotrophic factor and nerve growth factor. Next is significance of brain plasticity. Brain plasticity is essential for various aspects of brain function, development, and adaptation. First is learning and memory. Brain plasticity underlies the processes of learning and memory by enabling the formation, strengthening, and modification of synaptic connections between neurons. Through repeated experiences and practice, synaptic plasticity allows for the encoding and retention of new information and skills. Next is recovery from injury. Brain plasticity plays a crucial role in recovery from brain injuries such as stroke, traumatic brain injury, or neurodegenerative diseases. Functional and structural plasticity mechanisms can enable the brain to reorganize and compensate for damaged areas, leading to functional recovery and rehabilitation. Next is developmental milestones. During the critical periods of development, brain plasticity is heightened, allowing for the formation of neural circuits and the establishment of functional brain networks. Sensory experiences, environmental stimuli, and social interactions shape the developing brain and influence long-term cognitive, emotional, and behavioral outcomes. Next is adaptation to environmental changes. Brain plasticity enables organisms to adapt to changes in the environment, such as alterations in sensory input, social context, or physical surroundings. It allows for the optimization of neural circuits and behaviors in response to new challenges or demands. Now, next is real-life examples of brain plasticity. First is language acquisition. Children exhibit the remarkable language learning abilities during critical periods of development due to heightened brain plasticity. Exposure to language inputs and interactions with the caregivers leads to the formation of neural circuits dedicated to language processing and communication. Next is skill acquisition. Learning new skills such as playing a musical instrument or mastering a sport involve changes in brain structure and function. Practice and repetition lead to synaptic strengthening and refinement of motor skills, cognitive abilities, and perceptual acuity. Next is rehabilitation after brain injury. Individuals who undergo rehabilitations following brain injuries, such as stroke or traumatic brain injury, can experience functional improvements through targeted interventions that promote brain plasticity. Activities such as physical therapy, occupational therapy, and cognitive rehabilitation aim to retrain neural circuits and facilitate recovery of lost function. Next is neurological disorders. Brain plasticity can be both beneficial and detrimental in the context of neurological disorders. In conditions such as epilepsy, chronic pain, or addiction, maladaptive plasticity mechanism may contribute to abnormal neuronal excitability, hypersensitivity, or compulsive behaviors. Conversely, therapeutic approaches that harness brain plasticity, such as cognitive behavioral therapy or pharmacological interventions, can alleviate symptoms and improve outcomes in various neurological and psychiatric disorders. So, in conclusion, brain plasticity is a fundamental property of the nervous system that enables adaptation, learning, and recovery throughout life. By understanding the mechanisms and significance of brain plasticity, we gain insights into how the brain processes information, responds to experiences, and shapes our behaviors and abilities. From language acquisition and skill learning to recovery from brain injuries and adaptation to environmental changes, brain plasticity plays a central role in shaping the dynamic nature of the human brain. As we continue to unravel the complexities of brain plasticity, we unlock new opportunities for interventions, therapies, and strategies to promote the brain health and well-being across the lifespan.